Y aquí estamos de vuelta en GeekZpot desde el Lusca Film Fest. Y ahora, si ustedes me querían vacilar, mi inglés va a salir a flote. Porque tengo aquí a nada más y a nada menos que a la productora y al protagonista principal de la película de hoy, que es Hunter's Moon, ok, premier mundial. We got Amy.
Hi.
And we got Steven.
Happy to be here.
Yes, it's the first time Puerto Rico for both?
Well, for Amy, no,
No.
definitely not me.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
only was here for a night on a cruise, long time back. But this is like, I think this counts as the full trip. Sorry, this mic over here.
Do you like it?
But Amy's story is more interesting. Amy, you used to live here,
Yeah,
right?
you were telling me behind the scenes that you sold ice
Yes,
cream.
my husband is born and raised here, and he was, we were married here at the Cathedral de San Juan almost 30 years ago. It's a long time. We were young, and I lived here for a couple of years in Montehedra.
Yes.
And, yes, and he grew up in Bayamón, in Guaynabo. The parents, the mom they had a few different houses. The father was in advertising. He was an Irishman.
Okay.
And the mother from Puerto Rico.
Okay, okay.
So he's a mixed pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A very mixed, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is your first time here in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, like I said, when I was technically here, I was like landed on a boat, and then we went on a cruise to other Caribbean islands, so I didn't actually get to experience it.
Okay.
So this is my first time I've actually been able to go out, and I'm planning to do some more sightseeing, do some hikes and so on later on.
Yes.
I want to do some surfing as well. The beach looks beautiful.
Yes, yes.
Because I love surfing back in Los Angeles where I live right now, so
Okay.
I got to check it out. I got to have the full Puerto Rican experience.
Yes, please. You have to eat mofongo, and you have to eat
Mofongo,
alcapurria.
I just had it before I came here.
Okay, do you like it?
I freaking loved it. It was so good. So good.
Mofongo is
Oh.
life.
That's what
Mofongo
they're all
is life.
telling me. I have to have that. Everybody comes here to have that.
So you have to eat alcapurria, and you have to eat bacalaíto.
Okay, so now you're gonna give me a list afterwards.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a list. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And the only other thing I need to do when I'm here, I gotta do some salsa dancing, because I actually, not everybody knows this about me, but I do a lot of, I did lessons back home in Toronto growing up.
He's got some moves.
I got
All right,
some moves.
all right.
Amy and I, we're gonna have to do some dancing after tonight. We're gonna
You
celebrate.
have to Latin mood in
So
your veins.
yeah, so Mark Anthony's one of my favorite artists. I love salsa.
Yes.
So I got to have the real experience here as well, because Puerto Rican is one of the center points of salsa. So I'm excited for that. I got to get that in.
Nice, and thank you for coming to our island.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yes. You're going to be presenting Hunter's Moon, a world premiere here on Lusca Film Fest. What can you tell us about Hunter's Moon before we see it tonight?
Well, we've been trying to be really good about spoilers, so I don't want to ruin too much.
No.
But as we were saying before we started the interview,
Yes.
you were talking about scary movies. What I like about this, there is, for people that are horror fans, there's the horror element.
Yes.
So you definitely have some gruesome kills, some big scares. It's going to make you jump. But there's also, it's a bit of a hybrid, because there's a great love story in there. There's a great coming of age. My character, August, he just got this dream job of his, and he's trying to find himself, and he's trying to find his footing in this odd type of world. Actually, there's a lot of parallels in the film business, in the sense that, like, they try and put him up as a celebrity and trying to hype him up as the new face of the company. So you definitely have this great story there, that sensitivity that really is going to drive it forward. Some great drama, and then there's a lot of action too.
Yeah.
So you kind of have, it's kind of split between a romance, drama, action, and horror. So I think there's something there for everybody. So I think that's the great appeal of this film. It's kind of got its own thing happening, its own genre happening. It can stand alone. The other element I have to say that I'm very proud, and the whole production was blown by, is the music.
All right.
So the music, very uniquely to this film, actually the composer is from my hometown in Richmond Hill, just outside of Toronto.
Okay.
And he is a music producer, rapper, and a hip hop artist.
Oh, wow.
And so you don't see this much in horror films these days. You hear a lot of orchestral music, hear some electronic, maybe heavy metal, a lot of strings, but you don't hear those 808 beats, that deep hip hop beat.
Strange, yeah.
It doesn't usually happen, but it works in this film, and we have times where he's rapping or singing in the background, or you have some score type of music that is just heavy hip hop beats in the background that totally drive the emotion, drive the action forward. So that's something I'm very excited about. Like, I've never seen out there a horror film that has a hip-hop R&B feel to it. So I think that's something that I think people are going to enjoy, but it's going to be unique to our film. So I'm really excited for people to react to that, because this is our first time to ever see a public live audience see it. So it's really exciting for us.
Nice. How much time does the film take to producing it?
Well, from start to finish, it had different stages.
Okay.
I'd say altogether to get it to this point, 5 years.
Right.
But it was different stages, because as Amy will know, even the sales process, the marketing process, that could take a year in itself. Like this, our actual film circuit, we're just on the start. This is going to be starting. We're going to go well into next year to promote the film and get it out there. So it's quite a lengthy labor of love. As you can see, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in a production that goes like this. So yes, this is like our championship, our gold medal, if you will.
Your baby.
Our baby is right.
It's like a baby.
Right?
I have a question for you both. How can you see the film industry nowadays? Because we have a lot of streaming services.
Amy's a...
Yeah, we have a lot of streaming services. We have much superhero movies. I think the last week Scorsese told us that Marvel movies are not film or cinema. How do you see the film industry nowadays?
Well, I could talk about it for days, but the thing that I would say is it's an incredibly magical time to make films. There was a monopolizing tactic of Hollywood, and now there's this opportunity because of the streaming services. There's a ravenous appetite for content. And I saw this coming years back. I would tell him there was going to be content wars, and now Johnny on the corner can make something that moves you, even with an iPhone, and he could sell it. What you'll read is not necessarily the reality. In a sense, it's very, it's almost like physics. People don't even know what's going to happen next because it's such a Wild West time right now, because studios don't have a stronghold anymore. They're sort of struggling because Marvel films, theaters are struggling with Movie Pass. There's all types of growth and pullback, and things are coming in this wild evolution very, very quickly. And people that have something to sell and make good content are going to be able to sell it and have a revolving door to sell it for a long time to come, because there's this endless need. YouTube, Apple TV, Facebook, all these different venues. Tyler Perry Studios, none of them have enough. You just can't feed the beast fast enough. Yeah. Because people have 5 gadgets at their house and they're all watching something continuously in a sitting, a whole pilot. And they're like, next.
That's true.
It's an incredible time. Do not believe what you read. Really just keep making incredible stuff and you could sell it.
That's nice. And as an actor, how do you see the film industry?
I think to jump off how distribution and filmmakers are feeling, I could say that there's more opportunity than ever for actors, all artists, because it's a collaborative medium. So yeah, personally as an actor, I feel like now with all these networks thirsty for content, there's more opportunity to audition and go on more networks and streaming services, but there's more of an opportunity than ever with the digital age to just film and make your own stuff, right? So it's so much cheaper than it ever has been. The technology has revolutionized things. I mean, look at the show we have right now. Like having it to go live on all. We don't need to go through a big network. You don't have to go to TBS or ABC. We can go straight to the internet, and you can build your fan base, build everything right there with you beautiful people.
Right now.
Right? And now but it's not just the artists have power. The audience has the power too.
Yes.
So you get to choose what you want on your dime. You don't have to be forced into these packages, spending all this money that you can choose. And then you know what? It keeps everybody on their toes because the quality has never been better.
Yeah.
TV series, short series, films, everything has to rise to the occasion now, and even networks, the quality of content that they're bringing on. So I feel this is the best time ever for artists in all industries. It's not just the film industry or anything to do with video. The music industry is being affected by that, and we cross-collaborate with them all the time, right? With all the streaming services they have, and so on. And even artists like that are visual artists or dancers. Yes. All this content that we can put out there and have access to distribution is never been better. So I'm just excited. I think we're in a boom, and it's just going to only exponentially grow.
Yeah. Wise words. Thank you. Yeah. We all GeekZpot study communications, so we have that same mentality that nowadays we have all the opportunities to create content without brands or big media studios. So yeah, it's very true. Yeah.
I just wanted to say that Scorsese is probably one of my favorite directors, my favorite director, and I understand what he was saying only in that there's also everyone can't make a film. It's not the easiest thing to do. It's really hard to make a film that's good. And what's happening also is a lot of the films that were coming out weren't necessarily what we want to see. And like he said, if you're good at making a film, you're going to stand out. I'm not saying that every film is going to be great and your first film is going to be great. You can make a film and it might not be so great, and that's okay. Yeah. It doesn't mean you're not going to get better, but there's been this door that's been shut for a lot of artists to even learn how to make a film or to become somebody that's established as a filmmaker. But to consistently create incredible content, you're going to be seen now, and nobody can stop you. And you can actually become a filmmaker without asking permission, is really what I want to say.
Amen to that. Amen.
Yes.
Amen. Yeah. Yes. My final question is a mandatory question. Do you see the Joker?
Yes,
Thoughts
I did.
about the movie?
It's a masterpiece.
I loved it.
As simple as it gets. Yes.
Yes.
I loved it.
Yes.
I mean, that's a whole. I've read about some of the debates and stuff.
Okay.
The way I see it, I mean, you need to have there's a freedom of speech.
Yes.
So let's keep it. That's like the short answer.
Yeah.
The long answer we can go on.
Simple.
But you know what? I mean, that's what I'll say there. But it was a lovely performance.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It's a masterpiece. In my opinion, it's a film or a cinema that in Puerto Rico is almost extinguished, because we have Marvel, because we have DC, and this is cinema. This is film. This is an experience. This is a reflect or of society. So I just love it. I just love it.
And I will add, I don't think it. I don't think it glorified the criminal behavior or what he did. I did not get that message at all. I mean, people can take it any way they want. It's a free world, but I don't feel that that's what was the intention with the piece at all.
Well, we've had violence in film since the beginning of film. So
we have so much violence. I put an example. I don't know, Scarface or the same Godfather is Mobster. I mean, Godfather is a masterpiece, but Goodfellas. Goodfellas. Yeah. So we have so much violence, and
all these films with these stories are trying to show the downfalls. They don't glorify the downfalls. There's consequences for this life.
Yeah.
And they try and show it in a way that everybody can relate to understand the character better, of that fine line between becoming a bad person and a good person.
I know. Yeah.
I also think they're poems about the primal nature of humanity.
Yeah.
They're sort of stories about our nature.
He's the result of that society. The result of so much sickness.
Yes.
So much depression and stuff,
Yes.
and he's the result of that. So
of poverty and wealth and the massive, the hungry will come to eat you if you don't feed them after a while.
Both sides are written in the script. Yeah. Neil's character says, there's another way.
I know.
They give it to you in the script.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like you can choose to be good if you want, but if you are bad, this can happen, and it's not a good result, because we all know that Batman is the real hero that and again, we can go on and on. I don't know how much time we have. I know we have a premiere to do.
100 movies, yeah.
But all I'm saying is
I know.
We got it. We got what they were trying to say.
I love Scorsese and Marvel, so what am I going to do?
Can we love both? Can we all just get along?
Yes.
We love filmmaking, so yeah, we love all of it.
Scorsese's a legend, so.
I don't know,
my favorite.
definitely, yeah. The final question, what's next for Amy and Steven? What's next in your career?
Well, funny that you mentioned, because we're going to be talking with some film people here in Puerto Rico. We don't want to give too much away, but
Okay.
we're thinking of shooting here very soon. Amy's been wanting to do it for years, as well, because she's been part of the community and very connected to it. But that's on our radar. So I think that's going to be the big thing to look out for. And I know Amy's got a few other projects that you're working on too, right, Amy? I don't know how much you can say.
Yeah, I have a lot of projects that I'm working on, but I in different ways, but I want to shoot in Puerto Rico so much and give back to this community and hire all Puerto Rican, crew and do everything I can to. I would
Yes.
just love. I've wanted to for a long time. Yeah.
Let me know.
Oh yes, I'm very.
I volunteer.
excited. I can't wait.
Yes.
I really want to shoot here. Many films.
All right,
Yes.
I'm here. Just
We're
just
so
let us
grateful.
know.
We're so grateful to be a part
Yeah.
of this festival.
No, and thank you for being
Yes,
here.
It made me cry. I know. To premiere here.
Emotional tonight too.
Yeah.
So, Amy, Steven, thank you for being here.
Pleasure.
Yes,
Thank you for having
thank
me.
you,
Thank you so
and
much.
thank
Yes.
you, and so much success with your career and all the stuff
Thank
you have. Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
tenemos aquí Amy and Steven, productora y el actor principal de Hunter's Moon. Así que, gente, nos despedimos. Ya esto se está llenando. Ya.
Before we go, if you are interested in the film, you can find us at huntersmoonmovie.com.
Hunters
And
Moon Movie.
All our social accounts are on there,
Yeah.
social media accounts. So that's where you can find us if you're interested. Thank
All
you.
right. Social media accounts where the guys can find you.
Oh, us personally, I'm just Steven Morana on Instagram. You can find me there.
Amy19Amy.
All right. So, do you have it? Gracias
Thank
a
you.
todos. Esto se está llenando aquí, así que nos vamos. Esto es GeekZpot for Geekz by Geekz.